Welcome to Expedition Sea Nest. Join us this week as we visit the city of Nassau, New Providence, where we provision, do some tune-ups, and see a whole lot of sharks. Nassau is the Bahamas capital and is among the world's busiest island cities. From active harbor for numerous cruise ships to a snorkeling den in the world's third largest barrier reef. When you enter the harbor, you must announce your arrival on Channel 9 to Harbor Control and provide them with your boat registration number, which is the number on the side of your hull. There's the Disney Dream. Two big, huge cruise ships. And we have our little sea nest. This is our dream, and we're loving it. Numerous Hollywood movies have been shot on Paradise Island in Nassau. For example, Pirates of the Caribbean, Casino Royale, to name a few. On the advice of our friends, we stayed at Nassau Yacht Haven. The marina had a great central location, with walking distance to provision at the grocery store, as well as the hardware and marine supply stores. Here at Nassau Yacht Haven, they really have everything. They have showers, they have laundry, they have a lovely bar and cabana area that you can sit out in the evening here. They have a restaurant, excellent coffee at the cabana in the morning, and nice dockage. It's safe. I wouldn't say it's super quiet. It's a bit rocky because the main passage going up and down the waterway here is super busy, so you're continually getting waves until the early morning. Then it's quiet, but there was a lot of rocking and rolling, and I have to say the cabana, they had a birthday party going there last night, which sounded like a lot of fun, but we were tired, so I was really happy to have my Sony headphones with sound canceling feature on them, so I was able to actually put my headphones on and put the sound reduction on and fell asleep, which was lovely. You get used to the rocking and rolling in the boat, but if you have the rocking and rolling and the noise, I think that's a bit too much for me. Laundry room. Nice and clean, but the only drawback is there's only 2 washing machines that are currently working, so people are lining up and I wouldn't say fighting for a washer, but they're definitely lined up for use of the washing machine. So I got in here early, luckily, and all the bedding is done, towels, and the second load is almost ready. No, a little longer. Not quite dry. Not quite dry. A few more minutes. So time for my coffee and my snack.
Holy jumping. There's some 8-foot bull sharks. I do not want to fall in the water here. It's just unbelievable the size of these guys, and I'm sure they would eat me if I fell in this water. What I've done here is I had these things, I don't know if you remember, but I've had these things tight. I had this thing back here, and then I used ratchet straps to hold this thing in place. And it was, the problem was is that I wasn't using the whole rack that I have. So and I have to put an outboard up here soon, so I wanted to bring this thing forward. And of course, where these holes are, I should have come all the way out here with the aluminum, but I didn't. And so now what I've done is I actually purchased a turnbuckle, all stainless, And you know, and just because it's stainless doesn't mean it's not going to rust. As soon as you put it in salt water, a lot of these things. Look at this. Look at these fittings on here. These are something I put on, and you can see it's rusting already. You know, it's only been 2 weeks in the Bahamas, and we are already corroding. So I'm going to run this one through there, and then I've shortened this. I've taken the handle off, and I'm going to put this shackle on here. So just going to drill a hole here. I found the center point, and I've gone in roughly 2 inches and 3 inches from the. There we go. Shoot that off right there. Whew, that was close. We're going to run this through. I'm going to point it in that direction so it pulls on any angle. I'm not going to do it this way because then you could actually break the weld. You see this? So I'm going to put it this way. I put the washer and the nut on. Probably the sawdust went down in my bed. You see this? That hatch was open. Oh well, and Julia just cleaned all the sheets and the bedding, so it's all nice and fresh for our next couple of weeks. I think they're either 3/16 or I think it's a 1/4 inch. It was a 1/4 inch drill bit I used. But there we go. We don't want to put too much pressure on that, but enough to snug it up so it doesn't come loose again. Now, this is just a little turnbuckle, but what I like about it, it's the right length. And as soon as you want to get beefier, they're going to get longer. And there really isn't, this boat, you know, when it crashes through the waves, it's a very soft drop most of the time. Every once in a while you can get a real pounding, but it's not something that's going to break something like this. So then we're going to take this, hook this onto here. All right, and I'm just going to snug this down. Oh, I'm going the wrong way here. Here we go. Let's see if I've done it right. Oh, look at that. Yeah, so there's going to be quite a bit of stretch in this rope. Now, this rope used to have a handle through it, and I took that all off and I shortened this, but I really hadn't checked to see if it's working right, but it looks good to me. So we can make some adjustments. What I'm actually going to do later on is I'm going to spray some Corrosion X in here, and that's going to prevent this, because this stainless, it's going to rust. I guarantee you that. And so I'm going to have to loosen that, but look at that. So, and then I'll just tighten up these nuts, and there you go. There's a nice strong, it's not going anywhere. And I'm going to do the same to the back side. And this is going, now I don't have to put ratchet straps. You can't buy stainless ratchet straps, so they're going to corrode sooner or later. So this is the best way to go about this. Now if I need to use this cooler, yeah, I took the handle off, but I still a grip here. And I can just undo this, and if we want to take the cooler to the beach, or we want to take it to the grocery store or what have you, or just take it down and use it in the cockpit, you know, for an extra seat or something, who knows. But this is now this will work really well. Yeah.
And you may ask, what do you do on a layover day? Well, from the minute you get up in the morning, you've got jobs to do. There's always jobs to do on a boat. So the boys got the new motor installed on the dinghy and checked the oil, topped that up, topped up our fresh water, took everything out of the little back cubby here that was a bit wet from washing the boat. So all of this, all of the back upholstery was wet, so that's been hung out to dry. And so now I'm going to check on the laundry while the boys are at the marina. We just went to Provision this morning because we're leaving Nassau tomorrow morning, and we needed a few things to fill up the pantry, as well as there's a Super Bowl game party get together this afternoon. So I'm making a big pasta salad. And what I try to do is find a spot for everything, which is challenging. But the other thing I do just before we're underway is stuff like this that I know I'm gonna use underway, is I actually get rid of the box and put it in a Ziploc bag that I know that I can reuse later on, so that I don't have this garbage on board that I have to get rid of later. I've tried burning garbage at different anchorages in little barbecue pits, but I haven't had much luck with that. So that's my strategy, is get rid of as much of the garbage that I can at each marina, and then try to figure out where I can stow food, which is extremely challenging because we are really limited for space. So we're also going to create a fruit hammock in the back of the boat, which I know that a lot of boaters have, that can hopefully minimize how much produce that I have to have in the fridge or on the countertop. So we're still learning. Any boaters that have tips for us, we'd love to hear them.
There are numerous locations in the Bahamas where sharks have learned to pick up a free meal. Our marina in Nassau is home to several deep-sea fishing charter boats, and at the end of the day, the fish cleaning station becomes a veritable boil of hungry sharks and rays, looking for handouts. Our boat slip was very close to the cleaning station, and while it was interesting to observe, I certainly did not want to accidentally drop anything in the water nearby. While the nurse sharks are relatively harmless, the bull sharks are another story altogether. They can cruise through shallow waters with quick acceleration and high aggression towards other animals and humans, and they're known for their unpredictable and often agile and aggressive behavior. Thanks for watching, and if you have any connection to sharks, leave me a comment in the section below. We'd love to hear about it.